back to Momentous Struggle, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. On this week's episode, Aubrey and I are just going to talk about what we've been up to this week. There's been a local house event that Aubrey went to that I didn't go to. I decided to visit the hospital instead, but we can talk about that too. So we'll go ahead and jump on into it. Aubrey, how you doing?
Better than you, apparently. I'm doing fine. I had a delightful Thanksgiving with Talia's family, and I didn't go to the hospital, and I got to play Shatterpoint at a friend's house. Like we're doing good. How are you, Todd?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's see. Over the last 10 days, I've been to 2 different hospitals. One for my mom, one for me. So that's always fun. Yeah, no, getting sick is always a good time. And my wife forced me to go to the hospital. What was it, yesterday? Because she's like, okay, it's been 36 hours and you've been like this. It's time for you to go see a doctor. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, and then my mom was in a car accident and broke 4 ribs, and she's still staying with us. So yeah, all sorts of fun times.
No. Todd, please don't anger any more space witches, okay?
Right. Yeah.
No, I know
the
Morgan's
Marion witches
soon.
are pretty upset with me. Yeah. But yeah, no. Other than that, doing okay. I got a game in this week, and everything along those lines, mixed in with the Thanksgiving holiday and everything like that here in the States. For those who are listening to us abroad, it was Thanksgiving weekend, where we celebrate the illegal aliens being treated well by the Native Americans. So yeah.
Todd, we don't talk about that in America anymore, right? That's not a thing we discuss. We took that website down.
Yeah, something along those lines. But how are you doing, Aubrey? You doing all right?
Oh, not bad. I enjoyed my time off. I could announce, hashtag not sponsored, but I did get a second Bamboo Lab printer. I've been trying to save up some money in preparation for the Black Friday sale, which if you're on the fence about a printer and it's this printer, they're currently back ordered through to the end of the year. So I just paid $400 to not get a printer in my hands.
Nice.
For at least a month. But
That's
that will
fantastic.
hopefully help us speed up the process. And let me tell you, those printers are usually $600. So this is
Nice.
pretty good deal. And if you want any recommendations from me, this is a very good printer for that price line. It's an extremely good printer for this price line. As somebody who has messed with, kicked, broken, and screamed at various brands of 3D printers, this one just works. Don't forget the regularly scheduled maintenance.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, it sounds like you're on your way to having your own 3D printing little room going on to sit there and make sure that all the terrain.
It's not
is
quite a
getting
farm.
printed.
It's a garden, Todd. It's a garden. It's not a printer farm yet. You
Not
need,
yet.
I think, one more printer.
Give you another year, and next Black Friday it'll become a farm.
Oh God, no! Hopefully we'll have hit the quota of how many tables we need. Because all right. I will say one of the things I did this week is I kind of went through all of the half completed tables I did and tried to take notes again of what was missing from them. Yes, I've done this before, Todd. I can see it in the look on your face. But I slept since then, and also may have lost the note. So
That is so on
happy
brand.
I know. I happen to report that Todd can't handle this because he's just like, this is his life with Aubrey. But I'm happy to report, I think with all the printing I've done recently, I can expand out the tables I already gave you to make a one more table, turn it into a 7th table, and then I think the research the only problem with the research colony is it turns out I have almost enough for 2 tables, so that table was done, except once I put it back out on the table, I was like, oh, this is kind of tight. I don't mind Fractured City being looking like a city, but this is supposed to look like a colony, and it was looking more like a city with the number of buildings I had on there. So then I took it back off, and I was like, wait, can I get 2 tables from this? But now that means I'm gonna have to go back to the printer because like I separated it into 2 tables, and it's like each one is like a building short now. But if I print out like a building for each table, then we'll have 2 tables. So we're adventures in 3D printing with Aubrey. That's what I've been doing.
So you're saying that the chipmunk is driving the bus now?
No, the chipmunk is riding the pigeon, and the pigeon is driving the bus.
Just like a jockey, just slapping it on the with a little tiny crop. There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're welcome, Todd.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're here to give all of the listeners these strange visuals inside of Aubrey's head. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. You got. I mean, that's what they pay for, right? Wait. Are they paying us? I guess some of them are.
They get this.
Thank
This
you,
is content they get for free.
Oh, right. Well, what about you? You've been doing any hobby stuff? Because that's about the only hobby stuff I've gotten up to.
I mean, I've been doing some painting, getting caught up. Still putting the finishing touches now on Krennic and the Death Trooper specialist, since I've been so into like wanting to sit there and get him on the table a little bit more. So I've been getting him painted, and then I'll probably go into like the rest of the Krennic box here pretty soon, just so I can sit there and get all of that on the table. I've been painting slow. I mean, like holidays, like we always host Thanksgiving at my house, so we had I think 15, 16 people over for Thanksgiving. So, and my wife goes into I have to have the house looking perfect mode. So like it's nothing but cleaning for the 3 days leading up to it, and then recovering from that, and then of course my hospital trip. So like this week's been a little different with like being able to get hobby stuff
that's
in.
fair.
Yeah, but I did get one game in too, which was nice. Oh, good.
Yeah, no, that's good. I was just gonna say a reminder that my hobbying consists of going over to a printer, pushing a button, and watching the printer go. It's pretty low activity. I was printing all day during Thanksgiving, and I just shut a door, and it was fine, and nobody noticed. Like we're good. So very very low hanging fruit this week.
Yep. No. I mean, I've been like getting a little bit of painting done, which is nice. And I mean, I'm almost done with Krennic. I just have to probably do some highlight work on him and stuff like that, which is that can be, depending on how detailed you want to go with the highlight stuff, that can become pretty tedious and take a little bit of time. So just working on that. But no, then like I said, I also had a game I wanted to try out Mom with Mando. So my list that I ran was Mom, Jango Fett, and the Night Sister Acolytes, along with Mando, Dengar, and the Bounty Hunters. And I played. It was fun. It was fun, but did not nearly do the wounding that I anticipated it could do. I only got like 2 wounds the entire game, and I was playing into Ewoks, so I probably should have been able to do a little bit more wounding.
What? Wait,
yeah.
What? You played this? Was it wait, was it Chirpa Logray or Leia Logray?
No, it was Leia Chirpa. It was Leia Chirpa.
Leia Chirpa? What?
Yeah. It was Leia with Luke, Stormtrooper Luke, and the Pathfinders, and then Chirpa with the C-3PO R2-D2 and Pathfinders. So it was,
wait! You just said Pathfinders twice. What? No,
Commandos and Pathfinders.
Commandos.
They were both on the table.
Hey, don't pull a Kenny over here calling them Rangers or whatever he says. Like they got real names.
Yeah, there was Pathfinders and the Commandos were the supports. Luke, the Stormtrooper Luke, and the C-3PO R2-D2 were the secondaries, and then Chirpa Leia. So I mean, Chirpa adding extra dice. Like I mean, he had 3 wounds to my 2. So Chirpa adding dice, and then that bubble that you get from R2D2 C3PO and Leia being able to do
Yeah.
coordinated fire expose. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff happening there. So
Yeah, no. Just spoilers. Jumping ahead, I did play with Leia and R2C3PO for the first time, and yeah, that bubble is legit. I think that's
yeah,
the only thing that caused my opponent to to pause on the gas for even just a moment during our game. But I'll get to that when we talk about our games.
yeah. I mean, but C3PO also like not being able to be shot ever, and as long is wild too.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, that came up in my game too, and I was explaining. So I guess we're jumping to the end. The end of the tournament I played in. I played against Z, and I was playing Leia C3PO Pathfinders, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna hop over here, then I'm gonna take a shot at R2 and C3PO, and I was like, wait, no, you're not. And he's like, what? I'm like, you can't. And he was like, what do you mean I can't? Like, because I think I had gone with them already, so like they were like, the ability is usually
Yeah, you're
like,
expecting there to be not in the deck type of a thing. Yeah,
yeah, that's how it's usually worded. And he's like, you went with them already, and I was like, no, look. And he's like, he reads it again, he reads it. I'm pretty sure he read it a third time. He's like, they just can't ever get shot. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like that. He's like, that doesn't make sense. So then I was trying to get Nick Rader's attention. I'm like, Nick, you play Ewoks. Come on, come explain, come explain to Z. And he's like, no, it's fine. I can read. He's just like, what? He's like, what is this?
yep, yeah. No, it's definitely different. Oh yeah, and we were playing on Nevertell also. So like that wasn't like I don't know if that's definitely probably not the best for Mom and Mando. I mean, they have enough movement where I thought it would be a pretty decent matchup. But yeah, no, it was just interesting. I like they only had 3 wounds. One was early, so Mom, I think on 2 of the wounds that he had, Mom wasn't able to get like an attack off just because of positioning and where the wounds took place. Mando, was able to sit there and do his moving and stuff like that, but they just condition stacked the crud out of Mando, and he just like he was pinned and disarmed like pretty much the entire game. So I was like, oh, okay, I can reposition, get rid of the pin, like do his like on his revenge trigger, but still disarm type of a thing. So he was just not a lot going on with that game. Like it felt like I was coming up short like a couple of times. There was a couple of decent attacks, but just so I ended up losing that one like 2-1. But it was a fun game, especially like playing into Ewoks. I don't get to play into them that often, so that was pretty fun. It was a fun game. Like I said, I'm not like us. We're not super tryhards anyway. But it was fun. Like and I think I'm gonna change up. I like Dengar, but it's like he's so weak at range, and until you can get him up, it's like he just is. His first activation, if he's early, just doesn't do much, just because it's like he wants to be in the fight and he wants to be doing melee stuff. So I think I might try switching out and putting Boba Fett. So it's father son type of a list. See how that plays out. So I'll play around with it a little bit more, but it was a fun list too. So, but yeah, no, good times. So, and I know you, like I said, you went to the house tournament series at Bogler's house. He usually runs like a I think it's like every other month he's trying to run like a tournament over at his place. It's like a house tournament because he's got a nice big room to do so. And he's basically the guy that's in charge of Smite Club. So he runs like the Smite Club Open. Like me and Aubrey work with him for Smite Club for MCP Shatterpoint, doing that stuff. So we are
And Scorched Earth.
And Scorched Earth too, yeah, because Scorched Earth comes up in January. That's not going to be like a GT or anything like that. That's just I will probably make it's going to be an LVO IS event. I don't know if I'm going to make it a qualifier or not because I want to make sure that other people, if they want to apply, get qualifiers. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's going to be like right before Adepticon. Like that's like what, a month almost, like maybe a month and a half before Adepticon. So it's going to be more of a practice event anyway. But yeah, so you went over there. He had 8 people at the house, and I mean, it's funny, man. I was like looking at it as like you got 2 GT winners at this like local small house event. Like Chris Sampson was there, Nick Rader was there, Jake was there. I mean, so it's like Yeah, there's like it's a casual fun event with just two GT winners.
Well, and I mean, and don't forget, like Z's got like something like 20 years of tabletop
Yeah,
wargaming experience, and like,
yeah,
remember, he's like us. He's like, I just play for fun, but then like, we'll kick your teeth in anyway. And
right.
I mean, no, I mean, Andrew was there. One of Matt's friends who's new to the game. This was like his fourth game, but I think he's got the bug. He was there playing with us too. So, and then of course Bogler was in the event, and I mean he does more of the TOing side of things than the heavy competitive side. But I mean, no. There were no easy matchups unless you were specifically paired against the new guy. Like it was like
Right.
Shark Tank, one Guppy. And you're like, oh wait, sorry, hang on, I was there too. Two Guppies.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like it was a fun event overall. I mean, like I know, like Matt usually puts on a really good thing. He has a usually good spread of like food and stuff like that, stacks for the entire time. So it's like it's really just like hanging out at someone's house for 8 hours while you sit there and play and maybe have lunch and hang out and just talk Shatterpoint all day.
Oh yeah. We had a great time, and Matt's family's awesome. The kids were running around. Although they were actually, it was so nice out. They were all running around outside. So last time we were at his house, they were all running around us, which was, I mean,
Yes.
I thought it was hilarious. I don't know how the guys felt, but I thought it was funny. But they were all outside. I have to report. I'm gonna Tarantino this really quick. I got to read to Matt's family the "Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus" because they had never heard of that book either. I brought it with me, so I'm corrupting a new generation of nerd children. Although, we'll see, one family at a time.
I mean, it's funny how they're a nerd family, but they're also jocks because they also like compete in like weightlifting competitions and stuff too.
Oh
Which is
yeah, they
hilarious.
do both.
They're
They're the
nerds and
meme.
jocks.
Get you a family who could do both.
Right. So I don't know. Tell us about the tournament. How was it for you? Did you have a good time? I know you said you were
Okay.
kind of the guppy. So
Oh no, I got my teeth kicked in. But I want to be clear. I had two very important goals for this event. One, I wanted to play an Ahsoka anchor list, Ahsoka Fulcrum, because I just got the diorama back from Justin from Purist to Christopher's brother. He did. Oh my God, he did such a good job. Thank you so much, because he was painting it for me, and so I wanted to play Ahsoka as much as possible. So that was my first goal. I wanted to play with Ahsoka. I didn't want to bring Cassian or Kanan to the event. Those are my two stipulations, because this was after Thanksgiving. I wanted a palate cleanser. I wanted to play Rebels, but no Cassian, no Kanan. I didn't even bring PLC. Basically, I wanted to see what would it be like to play without revenge triggers. Yes, spoilers. That was not very fun. Oh my God! It sucks when you're playing against a couple of aggressive lists and you don't have a single revenge trigger to your name. I'm hyperbole. I had a lot of fun with my lists, and I had a lot of very close games. Okay, maybe not the last round,
I don't
but
know. I was looking at your first round, and that didn't look too close either. But you were playing Chris.
oh no. Okay. Okay. We have to talk about that game with Chris, because Chris cursed my dice. Full stop. Full stop. Chris cursed my dice. Because that game was so again, it's Ahsoka Fulcrum Anchor list. So it was Ahsoka, Ezra, Rebel Commandos. So like that was the anchor list. And then it got paired with Ewok Leia, C-3PO, Pathfinders, and then
You have
here
Jin in
I'll
the.
just go by.
You have Jin in the Longshanks.
Yeah, no. I was gonna do each one, but I should just do them round by round. So against Chris,
Yeah.
I played Jin, just the Jin box, Jin, Bodhi, Baze, and Chirrut. So like that was round one. So that's what I paired with. Yeah, that's a better idea. I'll just tell you as I go. So kicking things off, like, oh yeah, no, not only did he curse my dice, he also cursed my order deck, because This is how the game proceeded to go. I flip over the first and to be clear, I got my mission all 3 times. I was first player all 3 rounds. Did not matter. I was playing on Never Tell because I was planning on bringing Rebel Commandos every round, right? So I'm like, okay, that I can get away with this. And also, a lot of lists don't like being on Never Tell, so I thought I'd have a little bit of an edge. Okay, first card I flip over is Ahsoka. I'm like, Ahsoka only does one thing. She wants to wound something and refresh your force. All right, reserve her. I've got 7 force. It's fine. Flip over the next card. It's Jin. Except, oh wait, I wasn't.
This was just yesterday, so I don't know how. I know it's easy to forget.
Well, no, I must. Was I not? I'm a liar. I don't think I wasn't. No, I wasn't first player round 1 because we were on Sabotage. Because I was like, wait a minute, Chris went first, so I'm a liar. Chris was first player round 1, and it was Sabotage Showdown. That's right, because his first activation was Count Dooku, so he takes Count Dooku up the board because he's playing Count Dooku Asajj. It's Asajj with the rest of the Rift box, and then Dooku box as it is. It was his list, so. He was first player, that's right. He moved Dooku up, trailing a little Magna Guard, as we all have PTSD from the early days of the game of Mama T Dooku. He's got a little Magna Guard. I'm like, I know what that Magna Guard's for. On that side of the board. I flip over Ahsoka Fulcrum, and to be clear, Ahsoka's on the opposite side of the table, because even though it's a terrible idea, there might have been a world where maybe I send Ahsoka after Dooku, but I don't want to. I can just try and body him, because to be clear, the Magna Guard was like in range of Dooku, but not in range of the point. So I'm like, I've got 3 shots here to just get one of my supports. I move the 2 supports up there. I won't even fight Dooku. I'll just get on the point. Cool. Flip over Ahsoka, no dice. All right, fine. Flip over the next card. It's my other primary. It's Jin. And I'm like, well, I don't want to fight Dooku with Jin, because like all Jin really usually does is 2 successes and 2 shoves, which is fine. Like that's okay. That's great against anyone besides Dooku.
Right.
So I look at the board and I'm like, okay, if I use all of her movement on her, like, because she has a dash and then a full advance and then a take cover, and I'm looking at ingress points and everything, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to get into this ground war in Southeast Asia with Dooku. I'm going to try and send Jin all the way across the board to the opposite objective, which, of course, is tight. And Chris and I both looked at it, and this is like a deja vu of my game with Booker, except we're both like, this is going to be really tight. I don't actually, like, neither of us could figure out if she was going to be in. And I'm like, well, my options are have a really bad attack against Dooku, not take the point from Dooku, because he's got a Magna Guard and everything on him, or try and send Jin across the board to this other point. Spoilers, Todd. Was she in?
No, she wasn't.
Nope. Out by a millimeter again. Out by a millimeter. So now I've had no attack against Dooku that I didn't want to do. Jin is not on an objective. So that's the start of things. Then fast forward to 4. No, we can't fast forward yet, because then Chris's Shatterpoint comes up, and he's like, "Well, I really want to get the Magna Guard on the point, and if I move Dooku forward, I'll be in range of Baze and Chirrut, who are on your back point, and I can just lightning them, but also like lock down the point." And I'm like, "That sounds awful. Please don't do that." But of course Chris does. Except, okay, Todd, you know Force Mastery? How many dice you normally roll on that bzz attack?
What is it, 7?
It's only 6 dice.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's only 6 dice. Whatever it is, it's not a lot. I proceed to roll like all fails, and Dooku full trees on the bzz attack. Full trees. He does 8 damage, a strain, a pin. Like, I gotta look at Dooku's card. Or, you know what? It doesn't matter. He nearly obliterated Baze and Chirrut in my deployment before they. even get to go. Like, just
Oh, so he
drop
went
the
the
Duke.
bottom route and just went all this like because that's disarm, strain, expose. So he just dropped all the
Yeah,
conditions.
yeah. He just went boom, nuke on base and turret while they're still in deployment, and I'm like, okay. So now I can't even like. Now he's got the Magna Guard like full on the point. Hit Dooku and him are both on the point now. Baze and Turret have been nuked to do obliteration, and then that's basically how every dice roll like felt like every dice roll went for me the rest of this game is that like I would get like four fails, like a couple of successes, or just nothing, just nothing. And so I try my best to rally. We have like a pretty good back and forth, but I just don't get there. Like is there's just too much. Like if Jin had gotten on that objective, would have changed things. If Base and Turret hadn't gotten nuked into oblivion by basically an attack that Chris was like, I'm just moving. Like, he literally was like, I'm just going to move my Magna Guard up with Dooku, get them both on the point to secure it, and get some chip damage in. Chip damage in on Base and Turret. Because
Nice.
like their turn, I basically had to spend the whole turn recovering and then like kind of moving them up. Like it was just awful. So there you go. That's how round one went. Oh, and Jin never healed anyone. I never got to use her abilities to pay for anything, and I never got to heal anything with her because she was just never in position the whole game. The whole game. That's what
Nice.
Jin did.
That is fantastic. I like it.
Are you ready? Are you ready for round two, Todd? Do you want me to keep going?
I think so. I mean, so I don't know. So basically, I mean, that game just sounds like it just was not entertaining at all. So I don't know.
Well, so the thing is, when I say that it was a close, even though like I went 0-2, and you're like, that does not sound close at all. It was that every single time, it was like I was one success off of what I needed for like basically the whole game. Like to the point that even Chris was like, "This is just statistically unlikely." Like he's like, "This is like every attack and defense would just be like one off, just one off." So like, and every time it would be like, if that had succeeded, I would have flipped this point, and I would have taken, and like I would have taken the struggle, or I would have taken control of the objective, or like just over and over and over, we had moments in the game where just if one thing had changed, the game would have swung back in my favor. So even though I'm just happy because I feel like I started off with like both hands tied behind my back, and I was able to claw back to almost parity. So like I'm happy about my performance. Like to quote myself, I didn't make a single mistake except for at the very end. There was a turn where, and again, I'm playing against Chris. I'm frustrated about dice. I forgot that Bazin Chirrut had gotten wounded, and so I did a whole turn with Bodhi, taking a bunch of actions with the intent to eventually land on a point that Chris had just taken from me. But he had taken it from me by wounding Baze and Chirrut, and I like did all of this stuff, and I was gonna drop a model down there, and he's like, "Okay, but Aubrey, what is that gonna do? Because that's not gonna flip the objective." And I'm like, "Well, I'll have two models," and he's like, "I just wounded them," and I'm like, "Oh God," I'm like, "All right, never mind," and so like I just lost on the spot. But the worst part is that we played it, we kind of played it back, and even and like I had no other out. Like basically my only out was for Baze and Chirrut to not be wounded. Like Chris and I talked through all of the parameters of like what options I had available to me, and like based on I went with Bodhi, right? The next because he was like in reserve. The next card on top of my bet deck had been Baze and Chirrut, and if I had just flipped over Baze and Chirrut, I would have woken them up and just taken the objective. But oh well, so be it. So I forgot. But I remembered all my coordinated fires, all my triggers, all my abilities. I played a very clean game against Chris. my dice just didn't care.
Okay.
I,
That sounds awful.
all I'm saying is that it was much closer in the moment than it looks on paper. And that is quoting
Fair enough.
Chris, not me, because I didn't feel like it was close. He had to point out this out to me. He's like, "Remember this, and that? Any of those things had gone your way, this game would have gone differently." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine."
I don't. It sounds like you don't believe him, but that's fine. But yes, all right. So next game, you get to play against the host of the event in Unboggler. So who did you choose to go with for the to pair with Ahsoka this time?
Okay, so for this round, I chose not. Oh, I chose Hera, and the reason being is my Hera list was Hera, Sabine, Chopper, and I know that. I mean, I've played a lot of Mandos. What they do is they jump around the board and they kind of shove you off of points. So I wanted access to, and like they also can be pretty aggressive depending on the list. And he was specifically playing with, was it? Oh, he was. I figured he was going to bring because he was doing an anchor list with armor, and I figured he
Mm-hmm.
was going to bring like kind of an aggressive list. He ended up just bringing straight up oops all Mandos. But looking at his different options, I thought maybe he was going to bring was it Maul? I think it was Maul. He had it. He had Maul as an option and Ahsoka, and I thought maybe he was going to bring Maul, but he didn't. Fine. But I still wanted to have like access to like Hera's heals and her cover bubble, like the and
Yeah.
that actually be pretty relevant. And then just the protection on Sabine. Basically, I wanted to have a tanky list. If I had realized he was going to bring Mando, maybe I should have brought Leia with her coordinated fire expose. But oh well. So this game was basically just very like we really were at parity. We both played pretty well. We both had good lines. Nobody's dice did weird dice things, but as a result, we basically got stuck in 333 land forever. Just forever and ever and ever. Neither of us broke parity. I would take an objective. Matt would take an objective. I would take an objective. Matt would take an objective. And we're like, okay, all right. Except I was player one in this one because we're on Never Tell. Spoilers. I remember now what happened. I was on Never Tell the last two rounds. And so as player two, well, who's gonna win this parody? Like it just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we kept landing on the center, and I'm watching the cubes go. And I was one turn where I was like, okay, can I get over here and take two objectives? And like I do all this stuff. And basically, I don't remember now. Sorry, Matt, the details. But whatever I tried to do just didn't work. And so then Matt won the struggle. Boom. So okay, that like because basically because whatever I did didn't work, Matt got a free activation. He's like, well, no matter what, I'm going to win. So he got to get set up for struggle two. So even though I won struggle two, we had a pretty long struggle two as a result because
Mm-hmm.
he got to set up really well because we were kind of talking about the layout of Never Tell and like where he could go. And basically he was able to park armor on a point, which forced me to take the other setup where I didn't have a lot of characters on that side of the board, but I had to pick an objective that basically nobody had versus one that Armorer had. And so like that slowed down our struggle too because it took both of us a minute to like get over to that side of the board, and then we ended up
Mm-hmm.
going to time just because of how long our struggle 2 went. Oh, I mean, we made it into struggle. We eventually I did take struggle 2. We started struggle 3, but we were in the thick of struggle 3 by the time time got called. And it ended up just being the thing where it was like I think I had just flipped over my card for activation, and I just couldn't take an objective back from him. Like I had no options, and so I mean, what happens? You know, Matt takes it because he's got both objectives. So,
Yeah.
so like that was a fun game, but like that was like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I think we both had the same number of good rolls, same number of bad rolls. Like it was just a very even game. I'm like, what this is completely different from my game with Chris.
Right. I mean, it sounds like a fun game at least. I mean, like Mando games are usually fun anyway, so I can see that.
Yeah, yeah, I enjoy it. Like Matt and I were kind of talking about like what to do with the Mandos and like some of the positioning and things because I know we also talked afterwards about like what the best pairing for like Ahsoka one from the core set what would be, and like we were also doing list building. So that I mean this was a very low stress game after playing against Christopher and me screaming at my dice and Dooku again. PTSD a little bit.
Fair enough. Well, it sounds like, I mean, overall sounds like a good game at least. But then, so going, speaking of PTSD, now you went back into round 3 where you got to play against Vader 1.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, I am list locked, and this is kind of the problem with anchor lists, but I don't care because I wanted to play Ahsoka Fulcrum. Oh, she's so pretty. She looks so good, Todd. It's so good. And again, I also want to kick the tires. Like I've been wanting to get games with Fulcrum. I got some games with her when the box first came out, but I hadn't played with her in a while. So now we're in like this is sort of pure aggression except spoilers. This is my first time playing with C-3PO and R2-D2. They do
That good, huh?
They do one thing. Well, they do two things well, Todd. They move Pathfinders really, really, really far, and they provide a steadfast bubble. That is not enough, I think. Or at least it was not enough against Vader. Because, all right, so the variance gods. We're playing on Never Tell Again. Do you want to know what we got for challenging the odds every single time?
Well,
What?
supports probably, right?
No.
Because,
no. Secondaries. All 3 cards. Struggle 1, Struggle 2, Struggle 3. Who is one of my secondaries, Todd?
Oh, C-3PO or R2-D2.
Yeah, they didn't make it attack. They didn't make it attack the entire game. Z. Now, of course, Z's a good player. Not going to complain about this too much. Z challenged the odds successfully 3 times in our game. 3 times he wounded with either Bosk or Riva. Because he was playing Jedi Hunter, Grand Inquisitor box, and then Bosk, Fifth Brother. Like so full Inquisitors and Honorary Inquisitor Bosk. Right?
Nice.
So, and it was just a bloodbath. 10 dice, 10 dice, 10 dice. Let's see. By the end of the game, my Pathfinders were gone, off the board. My Rebel Commandos had 2 wounds on them, were about to go off the board. Ahsoka had 2 wounds on her. So do you think I got to double tap with her or do any of the fun things with her? No. Jumping costs 3 force, Todd. Jumping.
I mean, yeah, that happens. I mean, and it's Vader. He still does Vader things. I mean, looking at the Longshanks, he did 6 boons over the course of the game, which, I mean, Vader Inquisitor, I almost would expect more.
Oh, no. The only reason it wasn't more is because C-3PO and R2-D2 couldn't get attacked. Because of their bubble. Because Z, I told you, I had to read them. I'm like, Z, look, this is what they do. And he's like, what? And then, like, they also saved, C-3PO and R2 did save Ezra from an early beating because, Riva wasn't going to be able to, like, wound Ezra. He needed to shove Ezra off, and he's like, I don't know. With the steadfast bubble, I don't know if that's going to work. So he went for a different play. But, I mean, sometimes you just roll 3 natural crits and then get another crit. Like, and I can't say anything. both of our offensive dice on both sides were on fire. My defensive dice didn't want to play, but like I was also rolling. Like I had a couple of rolls where I'm like, okay, here's just 3 crits. All right, well that changes my plans, but it just wasn't enough because what happened was is I got Pathfinders really early, but all of the objectives that were on the opposite side from the Pathfinders. So I end up reserving them, and then I have to go with whatever I go. And then Leo went super late, so I was never able to really use her. I don't think I used her coordinated fire once in the whole time because she just got kind of like trapped in the deployment area because like Grand Inquisitor and Riva ran all the way up into my back line because it was like Grand Inquisitor, Shatterpoint, Riva, or some kind of order. Or no, he had Force Sister too. All I have to say is we were playing on a table that was very densely packed with terrain. Like Z and I kept joking, we're fighting it. We're having a lightsaber fight in an alleyway, like lightsaber shanking. And so, like the ingress points were set up very favorably, and I did not notice that when we were picking sides, because I picked sides, and I'm like, well, this side looks fine. It's got easy deployment. Like, this is going to be great. No, didn't notice that you could hop, skippity, jump from deployment to my backline because of the way the ingress points were all set up. Like, Riva and Four Sister and GI were, like, in my backline, like, in Struggle 1. And I'm like, what just happened to me? Like, mistakes were made.
Fair enough.
And then I just had no revenge triggers, so I mean, he was just bopping things like a lightsaber whack-a-mole, like Vader dice, Vader dice, Vader dice, Vader dice. Are you dead yet? Vader dice.
I've noticed if you're used to playing with a revenge trigger and then you change to not like to a list that doesn't have revenge triggers, you're just like, I don't know how to play the game anymore.
No, this was the game where I was like, I can't stop this. I can't do anything with this. And then just the challenging the odds, like the 3 times. Oh my word! Like he was a better never tell list than I was. Like,
Nice.
so,
But yeah, no, I
so
mean
there you
that's
go.
one of the things I've noticed. That's definitely one of the things I've noticed with you have to be able to change like what you're used to playing and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean overall, I mean, so even though you got you lost 3, you went 0-3. Did you have a good time playing at Matt's event?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, Matt's great. I mean, he's cooking us hot dogs on the grill in the back, and we're hanging out and chatting, and we hung out afterwards, and we're talking some more gaming, and even just the random Star Wars lore conversations. We started talking lightsaber crystals and that whole thing at lunchtime. I mean, having a room full of Star Wars nerds is a lot of fun. So I mean, it's a blast, and again, all of my games. Okay, sorry Z, maybe not the last one. All of my games felt close, even though I lost. Like Chris, a lot of stuff went weird. The game with Matt was very good back and forth, and like I will say, I never felt out with Z. It just like at a certain point, the aggression just eventually overwhelmed that list. Like that, I don't think you can out aggro Vader is the thing, and like my list was basically a worse aggro list. Like the idea was to use R2 and C3PO to like move up rebel commandos and take extra attacks with them, and use Leia's coordinated fire to get in to punch above your weight class, and like I actually used cloak and dagger on Pathfinders for the first time and nearly wounded Grand Inquisitor with them. So I mean, the problem was just my list was also designed to be aggressive, anchoring around Ahsoka, but you can't. Vader wins that fight. There's no out aggroing him.
No, that is very true. Very true. Well, yeah, I mean, so it sounds like you had a good event. I mean, like that's the nice thing about like having the friends that we have and living in the community that we have. We were able to sit there and just have like this really fun 8-player event at someone's house and everything along those lines. So super excited about that. So I guess and now we didn't really have a main topic for today, other than
Do
talking
do
about
we
our
usually
events.
have a main topic? I guess we
We
do.
usually come up with one right before we start, but I like my brain was not in thinking about the pod as much as it probably should have been. So it is what it is. But no, I think I know with Thanksgiving, I wanted to at least say that I was thankful for all of the players that we have in our community, and for just for AMG for the game that they gave us. It's like I'm really happy about those two things for sure. I mean, we have such an amazing community, and I always want to sit there and I say that thanks to the not even just locally, but like throughout the entire country, we have an amazing community, and I think that's just fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, not even just around the country. We got all the Canadian players up north. I
Hmm.
mean, we've got multiple people in our Discord from overseas. So shout out. Shout out to at least, let's see, I could think of the UK and Argentina. Shout out to over there,
Yep.
plus all the other places that get downloaded. That we see you downloading the podcast. I don't know if you're listening, but I know you're downloading us.
Yep. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like in Australia, I mean, that's probably I know our listeners in Australia. Like that's like outside of the United
Yeah.
States, that's where most of our downloads come from. So definitely thankful for those guys over there. They're fantastic, amazing players all the time. So yeah, just super happy to for everything that everyone. All the people that listen, and like I said, and also like I said, AMG man for making this game. I mean, I know that there's always going to be grumpy people that are not happy with one thing or the other, but in my opinion, this game's fantastic. It's a fun game. It's not always going to be your character might not always be the best thing, and there might be something that's better, and you're not happy about it. But at the end of the day, I truly enjoy the game, and I'm very happy about it. So.
Remember, Todd, in the beginning, the universe was created. This made a lot of people very angry and has been generally regarded as a bad idea. Douglas Adams.
Fair enough. Yep. Fair enough. But yeah, so I mean, I think that was fantastic. I know. I don't know. What about you, Aubrey? Is there anything that sticks out to you?
So what I am thankful for is the creativity of our community. I this is my first experience with tabletop wargaming. I tried for a very long time to avoid it just because I didn't want to get sucked into yet another game, but then I needed a new game. I needed something to replace what I was doing because I got tired of Wizards of the Coast reaching directly into my wallet every few months. Oh, actually, it was getting faster than that. It wasn't even every few months was giving them too much credit. And so I didn't really get the whole like what this was all about. Like if you had explained it to me, I'm like, oh well, this is like a more complicated board game, but it really is a lot more than that. Especially when you look at the hobbying side, the creative side, how much work and effort everybody puts into their models. Like again, I hate to shout him out twice in one video, but have you seen Justin? He did the like water effect on his Legion speeder
Yeah.
bike. Did you see that picture? It looks like the speeder bike is traveling over water and kicking it up like in mid-flight, like stuff like that. Or seeing like the cool basings that people have done. Like again, shout out to Sin and inspiring us over here on you know making our bases a little fancier, and then just okay, forget the like the pretty stuff. How about the whole like you all are taking super tiny drills and maneuvering arms around and then taking green stuff and setting up your own poses? I still have not done any of that, Todd. That seems terrifying to me. I'm gonna take a little drill to my little plastic army guy and then like maneuver it into place carefully. Oh no, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. But you get where I'm going with this. Like the
Yeah.
the sheer breadth of creativity is just really cool to watch and see, and also stick my toes into those ponds as well.
Yeah, I mean, like the artists that we have throughout all of this is just amazing. It's I can't overstate the amazingness that is the artistry that we have within our community.
Oh, yeah, and I mean even just locally, the number of people that I mean we have painters that are good enough that I mean they work on commissioned. They work on
Hmm.
commissioned projects all the time. I mean, Todd, you learned how how much work it could be to work on a commissioned project when you're like, I gotta get this done. I'm feeling the pressure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And I mean like you said, like the painters that we have are just fantastic. They're great. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked for like all of this, and like I'm excited for what what's to come with everything. I know we did want to kind of shout out LVOIS because like there were some hiccups along the way with getting the website up and getting the right documents up. So we definitely have LVOIS up and running. I went and double checked before we even jumped into the episode and started recording that all of the docs should be the right ones at this point in time. We do have people that have already started applying for LVOIS events. I know, let's see, it was PAX was like the first invitational, PAX Unplugged. They had a first actual full qualifier event. So and then there's two more. There's going to be one up at Mox Bib in Bellevue. Up, I think that Omnis is going to be hosting that one, and then up in Vancouver, British Columbia, they're going to be having one as well. So a couple of like big events coming up. I know CritCon was up in Portland. They had a points event as well. So people are starting to get apply for the events and really start to do the thing and enjoy it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be something that the community gets behind. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, and as a reminder, if you hadn't heard any of the previous episodes and you're like, what are they talking about? This is an invitational system that leads into an invitational event at Las Vegas Open. So these events are going to run all year round, leading into a big event in October, and you can either run a direct qualification event or a points event because we keep track of the points of attendees throughout the year and people can qualify in one of two ways. So that's the short version. The long version's on the website.
But yeah, no. So I mean, based off of the event, I mean, we won't give everyone that applies. We'll get full qualifiers, but we try and spread that out so that there's some throughout the entire country and everything along those lines.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm excited about this because I know a lot of people, especially when we get to the lull and kind of like the end of the GT season, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, what am I supposed to do with myself now?" And now it is the holidays, so yes, go spend time with your family. But but when you're done spending time with your family, this does give us other options outside of GTs to create a more competitive environment and kind of get you from GT to GT. We're trying to bridge the gap here.
yeah. And the nice thing was, I mean, this has been something that they've done for MCP at LVO. I think Legion has done it for at least 2 years now that they've done it at Legion, or at least the last two LVOs, I should say, since there was two this year. So there's
Yeah,
definitely
it's confusing.
so there is that piece of it where this is a proven system that's worked. I mean, when there's a big group of people behind it that have definitely helped to make this a fun and large event. So I look forward to it. I mean, I think we're going to have a good time with it and everything along those lines. So, but yeah, definitely come out, hang out, try if you and like I said, I want to try and support the local events a little bit more. So like maybe for those areas that maybe don't get a GT, I think this is something where an LVO qualifier would work out. Would be a okay substitute. Maybe it's not exactly what everyone would want, but I think it'd be a pretty decent substitution for that.
Yeah, yeah. This is again. So we know there's only so much organized play stuff to go around. This is to supplement it. We're not trying to
Yeah.
replace your GT or be like, oh, I'm so sad you didn't get a GT, because we know that that sucks when, especially if you apply and then either just because of venue or timing or whatever, they don't give you one.
Mhm.
But this also can be seen as excellent practice for lead up to GTs. So if you're in one of the areas where you do get a GT, well, that's awesome. You can use qualifier events to help prep people, because I know a lot of times leading up to GTs, we always try to have an extra event to give people a
Mhm.
chance to kick the tires on their lists, to get the reps in that they need for the GT, and this provides you with another avenue for that as well.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know this is definitely not going to compete with GTS, but like you said, I mean, there's only so much organized play to kind of go around for that. So definitely want to try and because AMG can only do so much. They're not a giant corporation or company like that that can just sit there and go everyone gets a GT. I mean, and even so it's just they're not Oprah. They're definitely not Oprah, so they can't. We're definitely but this is something that could supplement it. So hopefully it'll go off well. We'll see what happens and everything along those lines. But I'm excited to see kind of where this goes and everything along those lines. But yeah, that's about it. Do you have any closing thoughts, Mr. Aubrey?
Well, oh, Mr. Aubrey. This is because I did story time at Matt's house. All right, all right. No, I do have one more question. Okay, because we're talking
Okay.
about being thankful, and so we have a lot of options for future Shatterpoint fun. That's not just running competitive lists into competitive lists. So
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to in the next few months? Kind of, this in between time leading up to Adepticon. What are you looking forward to doing Shatterpoint wise?
So two things. I want to try some of the alternate formats. Give a little more, not try, but give a little more lean into them a little bit more. The Galactic Legends and what was the other one called? Why am I drawing a blank?
Key operations.
Key operations. Thank you. So I want to lean into that. And I think I think like a lot of people have been talking about. I kind of want to start playing some more just fun casual lists more than anything. But I mean I don't think I really play hyper competitive lists to begin with anyway. So I don't know like why I say more, because that's not really my speed. I mean I was actually looking at. Can I take the two worst primaries and put them on the table? Like making a Veers CT9904 list.
Oh,
It's
oh, poor
just
Veers.
right, but just take those and like see like what that's all about, and maybe give that a shot. Because like I'm like, yeah, maybe I can try and do something like that. So I think that's like kind of where I'm at, is like just play around with like fun stuff like that. How about you?
Yeah. I mean, definitely key operate. Like, I absolutely want to play more Galactic Legends. That's a lot of fun. I still need to kick the tires on key operations, because I'll admit I've only played them once, and the rules were complex enough that I need to look at them again. Because, like, again, like we got halfway through our game, Andrew and I, and we're like, I don't think we read this correctly. So I definitely need. I'm looking forward to digging into those a little more. And then I hate to say it, but I'm actually really excited. I'm still excited about my Jedi Temple table. Like I want to work on. I'm gonna get that painted and ready to go. Like I know I've got the building table bug. There's a reason I'm doing the TOing side, because I just want to do that. And then basing. I'm so behind on. I want to do more of the fun basing stuff that I've been doing, and I keep because of this, I'm now like not really painting my minis bases, because I know I'm gonna do other stuff to them later, but they're all looking kind of barren, and I'm like, all right, I need to go back over and like I guess I need to actually finish some minis, because I have a lot of minis in various state of almost done.
Again, very much on brand, Aubrey. Aubrey gets distracted and doesn't finish his minis.
Yeah. No, that's yes, that's just it. No notes.
Love it, love it. Well, no, I'm excited. I mean, like I know we're not running any. I don't think we have a major event coming up until after New Year's, like locally. I know I'm running something like the second week of January, because like I know, especially here in Arizona, like our from Thanksgiving to like Christmas time, it's just dead, like the gaming season.
Yeah.
Which I can't say like there is a counter to that. There's an MCP event that coming up next, like the Friday after this episode drops, that has 31 people signed up. So
What?
yeah, so I'm like,
That is not what I'm used to in December here.
exactly. So like that's just like a really big fluke that's happening. But hey, I mean, I'm here for it. I mean, that's pretty cool that that's actually taking place. But yeah, I'm excited for where we're going with everything. I'll put a link for LVOIS also into the show notes so that in case people are interested about that, they can go read the rules up and everything like that. But you can just go to lvois.com and that'll get you there as well. But yeah, any other closing thoughts before I close this out, Aubrey?
No, I think we're good. I'm just I'm excited for another year of Shatterpoint. It's feeling like we're almost to the new year.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Well, as always, want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in and listening to us. As always, we appreciate you. We thank you very much. If you weren't here, we probably would just be still talking to each other about Shatterpoint, and you just wouldn't have us to listen to. So, I mean, I appreciate that you guys do that. It's kind of fun. If you want to support the podcast, exactly. If you want to support the podcast, you can always do so by becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month. It helps us do things like go to conventions and stream and things along those lines. So it definitely helps us out with doing the things like, especially even like with this, because it helps us with all of the different equipment that we use and the different resources that we use to sit there and put on the podcast. But if not, you can always support us by rating and reviewing the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, you can like, subscribe, leave us a comment, let me know what you think about the nonsense that we'd like to talk about. But other than that, as always, thanks again. And as always, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.